What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We always got to do our spring water check. Guys, if you guys are not drinking spring water, you are failing, because spring water has a lot of minerals and it is what gives you power, all right? Now, I'm being a little facetious, but seriously, drinking spring water is probably one of the best things you can do because it's got all those little minerals that you guys probably don't get enough of, right? And it's something that we talk about here on the channel. It's more than just spring water. It's about being a man. And guys, today's video, I want you to be the best man that you can be. And that's why on today's video, we're going to be talking about your vices, your demons, things like that, right? What keeps you from being your ultimate you? And everybody out there has got a myriad of different demons, a plethora of different things that keep them held down. And oftentimes as men, we get in our heads because we think that there's something wrong with us. Like, you can't stop watching porn, you can't stop smoking weed, you can't stop drinking, you can't stop playing video games. And you have a lot of people telling you just stop, right? Just stop doing it. Just willpower it, right? Just white knuckle it, get through it, and just be a man. Well, there's a reason why most men cannot do this. And if you do it this way, it's not going to last very long, because when it comes to any sort of addiction, I want you guys to think of it as you are substituting it for something you should be doing, or think of it like a distraction, right? It's distracting you from something you need to do. Now, I'm going to go down the list here on a couple of things, a few things that most guys struggle with, all right? And if you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. If you're returning, thank you guys so much for your support. I'm just a guy, right? I'm just a guy. I've accomplished a lot in my life, but I've also failed miserably. And it's because I've been on both sides that I'm able to see what's helpful and what's not. And one of the most important things you guys need to be doing is reflecting on your wins and your losses, reflecting on your addictions, your shortfalls, your shortcomings, and also your successes and things that you're naturally good at. That is what's going to propel you forward. That's what's going to put you ahead of, I would say, 95% of everybody else, is simply reflecting and being honest with yourself and taking accountability. If you're watching this video today, it's not just for any reason. You guys are important. You're here for a reason. If you need anything you want to talk about below, let me know in the comments. Your vices, guys, are not the end of the world. A lot of you guys get stuck in this puddle, this muck, this mire of shame, and you feel guilty, and you feel like you don't have what it takes. You think that this addiction is going to destroy you. You think it's going to consume you, or maybe you sort of made some sort of a mental peace with it, and you've just accepted that that's how you're going to be, and this is how it's always going to be. But guys, I want to let you know something. It's not the truth, right? The fact that you are watching this video still lets me know that you don't want to be in whatever vice, whatever addiction that you're in. And we're going to talk about like addiction here in just a moment, because I think it's overblown. A lot of you guys are watching porn because you need to be socializing with other people, probably especially women, all right? You've over-sexualized your brain. You have porn brain, right? It's hard for you to talk to women because you just see them as sex objects. And that's why if you are watching porn, it's extremely difficult for you to hold a conversation with a woman that you think is physically beautiful. Guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. Beauty doesn't mean a thing, all right? I believe in what the Bible says in Proverbs. It says the charm is deceitful and beauty is fading, right? Don't let beauty overtake your life, right? It's important to find a woman. Like, if you want to find a wife, obviously she's got to be beautiful to you, but stop getting so stuck on looks, right? Stop getting so stuck, because I guarantee you guys, I can't tell you how many times, and if you guys have experienced this, let me know in the comments. Let's say you meet a chick, right? And I hate using the 1 to 10 scale, but just for simplicity's sake, right? You meet a girl, you think she's like a 7 on the beauty scale, right? Physical, you don't really know anything about her. You just meet her and it's like, okay, she's a 7. But then you start talking to her and then she goes up to like a 10, right? You get to know her and it's like, whoa, this chick is really cool. Or let's say you meet a chick and you think she's like a 9, right? You're like, man, like, she's like 9, 10. She's like right there. Like, the top of the beauty scale, and you're just like, man, this 10 out of 10, dime a dozen, like, wow. You start talking to her, you get to know her, you get to know what kind of person she is, and she drops in her attractiveness, right? Like she drops to like a 6 because she's rude, she's snobby, she's a shell of like a human. She doesn't know how to have a conversation. So what you guys need to do is just get yourself out there. Like the easiest thing to do is to stop watching porn, obviously, but the only way you're going to be able to really do this is by doing other things in your life, and especially by socializing. I'm going to speak from experience here. The easiest times that I've had in my life when it comes to watching porn, right, is when I'm the most social. When you're social, when you're active, when you're outgoing, when you're interacting with people, you really don't have a desire to watch porn, right? If you're constantly socializing, going out, meeting people, trying new things, right, you're not going to have that desire. And a lot of it, guys, is because porn is just really easy dopamine. It's probably it's probably our equivalent nowadays of like cigarettes, right? Like when cigarettes were big, everyone was smoking cigarettes, it was super addicting, right? And I would equate it to cigarettes. Some people would say it's like heroin. Honestly, I just really think it's the psychological place that you're at in your mind, in your life, right? It's not the worst thing in the world. In fact, I would say it's probably one of the easier things to quit, because when you start substituting things in your life, it gets a whole lot easier, guys. And that's what you will find out as a man, is you have to substitute things in your life. If you're failing in certain areas, if you can't figure your life out, if you're trying to get ahead and you have these vices, it's not as simple as just stopping the vices. You have to replace it, right? You have to find something to fill that void. And I really think the best way to start it is, honestly, you got to read Proverbs. I highly recommend it, guys. You don't have to be a Bible thumper. Read Proverbs. It's got a lot of great wisdom in there for men. It's going to teach you about life. It's going to show you like what an immoral woman looks like, right? Because we have all these ideas of women and all that. But I'm telling you guys, I've tried it all, right? I've tried to figure my way out, and the only thing that really sticks is the Word of God. Proverbs is amazing, right? And once you really start to pay attention to that, and you really start to get into that, it makes everything in life, it makes a whole lot more sense. And that's why I really push guys to find their purpose in God, because you can find a lot of purpose in the world, but the world's going to leave you empty in the end. It's not going to be fulfilling. But if you're truly walking out your path in God's will for you, if you're truly walking in that path that He has set for you, and I don't want to say you're following your heart, because that's a terrible way of looking at it, but there's a fire that burns in you, and that fire is not meant to be consumed. You're not meant to consume porn with it. You're not meant to consume alcohol and weed and all these things. You're meant to walk in God's purpose for you. And so when we think of these addictions, right, and it doesn't have to be porn. It can be smoking weed, drinking. It can be a multitude of things, guys. I've struggled with pretty much anything you can think of. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, it does not get any easier if you just try to go cold turkey and white knuckle it. You have to substitute things in your life. Yes, stopping what you're doing is obviously important, but you're always going to have that like tick in the back of your head. You're always going to want to scratch that itch, because it's dopamine, right? But it's more than that. It's a fake fulfillment of a innate desire. So don't think of your problems as this addiction, this thing I'm addicted to. Like I have to wean myself off, or I have to, like, obviously there's certain things like alcohol, painkillers, opiates, things like that you got to be careful with. You can't just cold turkey. But besides extreme cases of those things, you can substitute things in your life. And this can manifest itself in different ways, right? If you play video games, right? I know, guys, I was like this for a long time. Like I got really addicted to video games. I loved video games when I was like probably like 7 years old through about 17. I loved them. For about a decade, it's just video games. I just loved it. There were games I wanted to beat. And I've mentioned this before, every few years I'll find a game I really enjoy and I'll kind of like dump a bunch of hours into it, then I won't play for years. And the truth is, video games doesn't get you anywhere, guys. It's a false sense of achievement. I'm not saying you can't have fun, enjoy hopping on the game with your bros every now and then, but like if you're playing hours of video games every day, even with your boys, what could you be doing instead? You could be out learning how to fight. You could be out learning how to play an instrument. You could be out learning how to rock climb, like all these things, right? And I really push being physical because, again, it increases your testosterone as a man. Learning things, it makes your confidence go up, right? But think of it this way, guys. Addiction is kind of like a superpower. And I'm going to talk about this in another video at a later time. But your addiction, right? Like they say a lot of guys have like ADD, right? And, you know, say what you want. Look, I'm not a doctor, right? But I also believe that oftentimes I think things are overdiagnosed and people use things as an excuse. ADD, these problems people have, I think you can really use them as a superpower. Like, have you ever noticed if you are focused on something that you want to learn or that you really enjoy, you can usually master it, or you can usually figure it out really, really quickly, and you get that like true dopamine hit, that true sense of achievement. There's a reason for that, right? But then when you watch porn, it's like you get that false sense of dopamine, and then you're left feeling worse than before because it's not real. You guys got to think, it's like, yes, like the porn is real, the feeling that you have is real, but it's leaving you empty because it's not real. And the world wants to chalk things up to, oh, you know, science this, science that, but we have a spiritual side to us as people, as humans. I do not believe that God designed men or women to watch porn, right? I don't think that's not natural, right? If you really think about it, it's really kind of messed up. I'm not judging anybody, I'm just telling you how it is. It's like voyeurism, right? You're watching people bang. And even if you say, oh, I just watch, you know, webcam girls, or I just watch solo girls, again, it's not real. Like it's not real. It's not a real sexual experience. It's not a real encounter, right? And that's why when you actually start interacting with people and you start making meaningful connections and relationships and conversations and friendships, it's like you have that true sense of feeling like you belong. And that's what really people want to do, is feel like they belong. So don't try to white knuckle it. Don't try to lone wolf it. Don't try to just be like, hey, I'm going to be the lone Sigma wolf, right? It's so funny how we've got to this point, but find a group of people that you can really, truly pursue something real with, right? There's a lot of guys out there who are trying to be better in life, trying to, you know, get ahead in life. It's not about just trying to be better and better and better. It's about being the best you that you can be. That's why I tell guys, you don't have to go to the gym and lift weights, get big, and, you know, get strong. But find something physical that you enjoy: running, swimming, Olympic lifting, powerlifting, right? It doesn't have to be just getting big, right? But find something that you enjoy. You have a fire within you, right? Like, do what you enjoy, and then everything will fall into place. So guys, hopefully this video helps you guys out, because vices are not the end of the world, right? It's just an indicator that you're substituting it for something that you want that's real. So identify what it is that you want, truly want, right? And you can apply it to pretty much anything in life. Like, the reason people drink is because they want to feel happy and they want to feel social. Well, just do that without drinking. You can actually have a really good social experience. In fact, much better, meaningful social experiences by not drinking, right? Same goes for pretty much anything else. So be real with yourself, guys. I know you have it in you. I know that you're watching this video for a reason. If you guys need anything at all, let me know in the comments below. And Lord willing, I will see y'all in the next one.